Okay, so in this video, I'm going to give my thoughts and review on Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. So I'm not scripting anything. It's probably going to feel like I'm probably monologuing or something like that, but I just want to give my thoughts on it and what I think. So let's be clear right off the bat. This is pretty much more of a King Kong movie, not a Godzilla movie. It's more like Kong featuring Godzilla: The New Empire is the best way I can put it. Other than that, like the way the screen time of Godzilla in this movie, I thought it was fine. I didn't think that they
both areas are potential landing points.
Pretty much diminish Godzilla in any kind of way. Because the way they did it, it kind of reminds me of Godzilla Final Wars. So throughout the whole entire movie, like Godzilla is like going through. He only went through 2 monsters, so it's almost like a miniature Godzilla Final Wars that they have, like a little bit of it in here. And if anything, Kong has more screen time because like this is like Kong's version of like Godzilla King of the Monsters. It's like Kong's trying to get like his thing in, like this for him to be like king. So anyway, so like the start of the movie, it's like we're venturing in the Hollow Earth. We're seeing like Kong running away from a bunch of war dogs, and these things are hunting him, which I find kind of weird. Like, I'm not used to seeing Kong being hunted before, because like I've never seen that happen before. But I guess it's just a draw for a story for us, for the casual audience, to care about Kong a lot much more. But other than that, the one thing that they show in the movie that Kong's, of course, like he's intelligent. He's able to come up with traps, which I thought was really unique, because I don't think we ever see that with a kaiju before doing that, because it's, I don't know, it's only hard to see a kaiju able to come up with like traps, like booby traps like that. Because whenever he ripped one of the war dogs in half, like because like one of them stepped into, I believe it was like a pitfall trap is what he made. And throughout the movie, Kong made a couple pitfall traps, and I think one of them is like what is it, like a tripwire trap too, which is really unique. So the whole entire movie, it's like showing you that Kong's on his own. He hasn't really, he seems like it's kind of weird for him. Like he's not used to being alone all the time. He's trying to find his own kind to see if there's anyone down in Hollow Earth. So they did bring back Doug, Titanus Doug, the big giant lizard that a lot of people are saying it's probably part of the Godzilla species. I say yeah, sure, why not? It's their own universe, so yeah, could be. But like Doug seemed a lot bigger than it was in the last. And throughout the whole entire movie, Kong is going a rotten tooth that he's having trouble trying to eat. But anyways, more on about this. Like after they're done with like that part of Kong, now they're going back to Godzilla, telling you what Godzilla's been up to. And there's a like a small fight scene between Godzilla and Scylla. So if people don't know, Godzilla fought Scylla in the comic books, and Scylla pretty much is one of the titans that likes to defy Godzilla. And whenever I watched this movie, I wasn't surprised that Godzilla killed Scylla at all, because it's like, you already had your chance when you first fought him. Godzilla kind of gave you like, so at this point it's like, Godzilla's not going to take any chances with Scylla, like, messing up with his, like, territory, or, like, messing up the balance of the world or whatnot. So Godzilla decided, like Scylla. The thing I was, like, surprised that they made Godzilla move really well in this movie. Like, I can tell that, Adam Wingard is a big fan of the show, for sure, because, like, Godzilla really does move in here. Okay, so, let's say the one thing. So, people weren't used to seeing Godzilla running. I don't really care about that, because I seen Godzilla run before. So if you watch like Godzilla, or no, Terror of Mechagodzilla, right? There is one scene in there where Godzilla is charging at Mechagodzilla, but he ran through Titanosaurus first. So when I first saw that, that is my first time ever seeing Godzilla actually running. So whenever I saw this in this movie, it didn't really bother me at all, because it's something that I remember as a kid whenever I watched Terror of Mechagodzilla. And so in this movie, like, you actually did see Godzilla run a couple of times. One in his like regular form that he still has, and the other one is like whenever he goes through his evolved form. We'll talk about that later. So I was like, thought it was pretty cool that he's able to charge up Godzilla and then give her like a freaking slash elbow like Alex does in Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter 5. So I thought that was pretty cool. And Godzilla pretty much just ended up killed Godzilla, just like atomic breath her and then obliterated her. And then after that, now we go back to Kong's story. And knowing that, it's also Kong, like Kong's story, we're getting some stuff from Gia too as well, the girl from like the last movie. So she's getting like senses that something's not right about her. She's like feeling that she doesn't feel like she's like adapted to, you know, the culture up here. Because she's, if anything, she's like feel alienated because like she's kind of been like, you know, she's like the old world meeting the new world, so it's kind of weird for her to adapt to the culture that we have here. And she's starting to get like some like messaging, like, you know, like telepathy message or something like that about like something is like calling out to her, and she's like seeing these pictures of these 3 pyramids. And when I was watching the movie, I thought it had something to do with like, you know, the pyramids in Egypt, but it wasn't. But there was like pyramids in the whole Earth that eventually, like our protagonist managed to meet like Iwi tribes down in the Hollow Earth that still lives, and they have their own society. And one of the buildings that they have, and like I guess like one of the buildings or structure is those 3 pyramids that Gia saw in her vision. So they are like telling. So they bring the protagonist to, like, I guess, like, what is that, a history room or something like that, and explain to them that, hey, you know, there's this prophecy that there's a certain Godzilla species that, you know, ate a star. I'm still waiting for them to add in Space Godzilla in here, or any other Toho Kaiju. But anyway, so, like, they're telling, like, there was a great Titan War that got, you know, I don't know if it's either Godzilla or it was Space Godzilla that was part of this war that took down Scar King and then imprisoned him. But anyways, I think I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself. I'm not sure. Did I talk about Kong facing Scar King? Okay, no, I don't think I talked about that. So, like I said, I'm not doing this with the something like that. So, there's like a scene where Kong is like, you know, fighting Scar King. Because he's being led by Suko, like the small little mini Kong, as people are calling him. Now, before we talk about that, there was like a scene where when Kong met Suko, right? There's like a part where like Kong's trying to be friends with Suko, and then like all of a sudden he's getting ambushed. I guess that's Scar King's way of, I guess, hunting down the Hollow Earth. Is that they have like Suko as like a bait because like some other big like Titans see him as easy pickings, and then they ambushed him with like I guess like a scout party. So that's what happened to Kong. He got ambushed by Scar King's goons or whatever. And there's like a scene that you're seeing that, you know, Kong managed to kick one of them off a cliff, but Kong managed to grab his arm in time to help him up. He's like, you know, hey, look, I'm not here to kill you guys. So he's giving one of them a chance, and then all of a sudden he decided, like, you know, I'm just going to try to kill Kong. So he grabs a dagger, and Kong's like, you know what, forget it. I gave you a chance. I'll just kick you right back off the cliff. And the funny part is that Kong used Suko as a start whacking him around with the other Kongs, use him as a weapon. I would say, man, Suko could take a beating like for that. I thought that was pretty funny, but. Kong and Suko kind of gave me an impression of Kratos and Atreus kind of feel, because there's like Kong is like done fighting like the bad ape titans. Kong kind of gave him like a gesture of like saying, like, you know, show me to where the rest of our kind is, but the way he's doing it, it almost feel like it's like Kratos, like Atreus to, like, you know, saying move boy is like what he's saying. So I thought that was like pretty cool. Like it kind of have like a Kratos and Atreus kind of vibe that Kong and Suko have. I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, so like after like Suko managed to lead Kong to like Scar King's lair, you see like all these like, you know, great ape titans being like doing forced labor work. Now, the whole entire time while I'm looking at this, it's like, are you guys like smashing rocks into smaller rocks, or what are you guys building here? It's like there's a couple heads on a pike that I saw. The first thing that came on my mind is like, you know, when I don't know, if any of you guys ever played Gears of War 3 when Marcus and his squad went through the like one of the Locust stronghold, when the Locusts have like an encampment above ground, and then Cole or Baird said like, so what's the head on the pike supposed to be? And then Marcus said it's a keep out sign. That's what the first thing in my mind was whenever I first saw that. I guess it was like some of the great apes that were like trying to defy Scar King's rule, and I guess just got beheaded and got their head placed on a pike. But anyways, Kong's going in here and he's noticing one of the great apes that's like really tired from all this forced labor, and Kong decided to extend a hand and help them up. And then one of them didn't like what Kong was doing. He's all in Kong's face. Then Kong just like slugged him in the face like freaking One Piece would. So, and all of a sudden Kong just gave out, I guess, like a challenging roar to see like who's doing this. And then all of a sudden it zooms up to like one of the perch or whatever, and it shows that there's like two generals of Scar King. And then zoom up, and Scar King came out just to see, you know, what's this commotion about, or who the heck this guy is. And all of a sudden Scar King jumped down, and from what it looks like to me, it's like he's trying to size up to see, like, you know, what Kong is and everything like that. And before we knew this movie came out, we thought Scar King was going to be bigger than Kong, but I was surprised that he's not that much bigger than Kong at all. You think he's like on the shorter side, but other than that, I guess like the movie is trying to show that, because like Adam Wingard did say Kong never had a arch nemesis before. So, I guess the best way they did it is that, you know, like how Kong is more like the big bruiser, he's more like, more power-based. Scar King is more like strategic and conniving and, what is it? He's more agile than Kong. So, all in all, I thought the fight was pretty good. And, I mean, let's be honest. I think Kong can take Scar King on his own if it wasn't for Shimu to come out. And there was like a scene where, like, when Kong got the upper hand, and Kong tossed Scar King off his back, and Scar King's trying to choke him with the what is it? No, the spine whip that he has. And all of a sudden, Shimu came out, and Kong's trying to block it with his axe to no avail. Got frostbite, and I would say, like, yeah, this movie really did make you feel for Kong, and you're like rooting for him, like you don't want to see him get hurt. And yeah, once he got the frostbite, he's like running for his life because he's not sticking around and get, like, you know, bodied by Scar King and his freaking lackeys or whatnot. So he's running away, and I felt bad for him. It's like, holy crap, like, Kong, you there, man, like, but. Like, going back to what I said about him being, like, you know, pretty clever of making his own traps. So one of the Scar King's lackey went traps. The whole entire time I was like thinking, I'm like, man, how much territory do you have that you made a pitfall trap everywhere? Like, holy crap, man. So there's like a scene where he's like running into, and he's getting himself into a corner. It's like another, you know, what is it? A tripwire trap. Like place, like a vine trap that he made for a bunch of like giant boulders to fall on the bad ape titans, and one of them was able to spot out, like, yeah, this is a trap. Walks over, and this is one of those moments like Zuko came in just in time to save Kong. So Kong has to go back to find Jia, because, like, you know, every kaiju has like a sixth sense to know like where a certain person is or something like that. You know, it's like, it's kaiju lore, like every kaiju would have a sixth sense. And even in this movie, like, yeah, it does show that. I was surprised that they even show that, does Godzilla have his own sixth sense in this movie? I think they showed it a couple of times, I'm pretty sure.
Godzilla has defeated his enemy,
so, the other thing that I was worried about this movie, that they don't really show Godzilla's intelligence, because if you think about it, right, like, the way Godzilla and Kong show their intelligence is two completely different ways. It doesn't it doesn't like, you know, say that Godzilla and Kong are dumb in certain areas. It's just they're smart in their own way. Like, Kong is like smart and like, I guess it's more relatable to a human. Like, I would look at Godzilla, he's like smart and kind of way. You ever see like someone that's like an introvert or an ambivert? Godzilla's smart like that. He doesn't have to say anything, but he does it with his action. Godzilla's more of a action speak louder than word kind of kaiju. So it's like, that's like, I would say that that's like Godzilla's own version of his intelligence, is that he acts on things rather than really show some kind of emotion to it. But anyway, so like so let's get back to Godzilla. So Godzilla's throughout the whole entire movie, like, yeah, he has like that sixth sense that he knows that the Emu tribe are calling him for help. So he's going around the world trying to get as much radioactive energy as he can to power up, because like he knows that there's like a big war going on, he's preparing. So like that's what I'm saying. Like that's Godzilla's way of showing his intelligence. Like if like a certain person like let's say if you don't really understand Godzilla, you would probably misunderstood that, oh, he's just going out and just destroying things for the hell of it. It's like, no, he doesn't do things for no apparent reason. He has like his own like reason of why he's doing it. So Godzilla like knowing like there's a big war coming, so he has to power up. So he's destroying the power plant in France, and then he's going up to, I would say, like near to the North Pole to get like more radiation. So this is where he fight Tiamat. So if you read the comic books or the graphic novel, he fought Tiamat. This time he just straight up killed Tiamat. Like I said, the movie they kind of gave Godzilla more like a Final Wars version of him. Like he just runs through every kaiju like with ease. So he starts to go into Tiamat's lair after he kills Tiamat, and then this is where he starts evolving. And I know there are certain people that didn't like Godzilla's design when he evolved. I was fine with it because it just reminds me of the Millennium Godzilla 2000. So I was fine with the spine being like that. And I don't know, I thought the design was fine, but I wouldn't mind if, I think it would be pretty cool if Godzilla would have like a white, it's like paying homage to the old school Godzilla, whenever he has the incandescent light breath from 1954. I wouldn't mind if he goes back to the, like a white atomic breath. I think that would be pretty cool. But anyways, so Godzilla got powered up. Then there's like a scene where back down to Hollow Earth, like Kong is having help from the human beings, and they build him like a gauntlet to help him out with a frostbite, and they're like healing him, which is very convenient. But like I said, this is one of those movies that you just gotta turn off your brain. It's no Godzilla -1, but it's just one of those movies that you're just here to have fun and enjoy the ride. So anyway, so Kong feels pretty good with the gauntlet. Now he's going back up to the surface, and I guess he made an alpha call, but not truly an alpha call. It's more like a call for help. And Godzilla misunderstood this call, so he thought it's like Kong challenging him. Because like in the last movie, it's like they didn't really, I would say, become friends. It's more like a truce is what they have. So anyways, so Godzilla swam up to Kong, and he ran towards him, and then he speared Kong through the pyramid like freaking Goldberg. And Kong is still not trying to fight him. This was like one of the times in my head, I'm like, Godzilla, like, dude, you can't be 0 to 100. Like, hear this man out. Like, I'm more of a Godzilla fan than a Kong fan, but this time it's like I'm saying, like you know, Godzilla, you gotta calm down, man. Like, hear this guy out. So, anyways, so Godzilla speared Kong through the pyramids, and all of a sudden, now Kong is still trying to get away from this fight. He's trying to get Godzilla to calm down, so that way it's like trying to get like his thoughts out or trying to say what he needs to say to Godzilla. But Godzilla's not having it. If anything, like if anything, Godzilla's like just too prideful about this. He doesn't want to hear it. Like, he's already stressed out enough that like I guess like Putin's giving him a hard time, which is understandable. God damn, that was kicking my ass. Anyways, so there was like a scene where Godzilla starts to suplex Kong like with the Brock Lesnar. Then all of a sudden Kong starts to get really mad. This is where Kong like starts punching the crap out of Godzilla and knock him out. And Kong's not trying to kill Godzilla, he just needs his help. So it's like, well, Kong did it the easy way, Godzilla isn't listening now. It's like, he's like, okay, now I gotta do it the hard way. And he managed to knock Godzilla out, and then Godzilla wakes up a little bit, and then now it's like, it's Godzilla's turn to retaliate. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna die here. But, okay, or not. But, anyways, what I was saying is that, so, there was like a scene where Godzilla managed to knock Kong down. After, like, you know, Kong knocked him out or anything like that. He started to use his atomic breath just to get Kong off of him from dragging him. And all of a sudden, Godzilla knocks Kong down, and then he starts stomping on him like Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I'm like, oh my god, Godzilla, calm down, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, I would say this, like, thank God for Mothra coming in just to calm him down, because, like, Mothra was the only thing that was able to calm him down, because, like, Godzilla, all he saw was just red. He just saw red everywhere. He just wasn't having it. But, oh no, like, Mothra came in, calmed him down, so, which is, like, good, because, like, now Godzilla and Kong, like, they have, like, a better mutual understanding. Now they're, like, helping each other out. So they managed to go down to Hollow Earth, and this is where you see Scar King and Shimu. They already made their way into, like, I want to say, what do you call it, like the city hub of where the Iwi people are at. So, and once Godzilla and Kong got down there, I thought it was pretty cool, like, you know, them charging. Like I said, I didn't mind seeing Godzilla run. It's not the first time I ever seen him run before. Like let's admit, Godzilla done weird things before, like he flew before, so it's like nothing new to us. Like if you're like a Godzilla fan, it's like we kind of see it all. It's like it may be like kind of weird to see it at first, but if you think about it, Godzilla done like weird things before in this movie, so it's nothing new to us. Now, anyway, so like what I was saying, that once they're down there, now it's like a four-way, not a four-way, like they got like a tag team brawl. And the whole entire time, it's like, I still feel like Kong is getting thrown around the movie a lot, while Godzilla is like getting like more unstoppable more and more. Like if anything, Godzilla is like a juggernaut in this movie the whole entire time. And pretty much, like, Godzilla was able to hold his own against Shimu, which I was surprised, because it's like every time whenever Godzilla fights something has to be bigger than him just to put up like a better fight. Because you think about it, right? Like him going through King Ghidorah is bigger than him, Space Godzilla's bigger than him, Destroyer's bigger than him. It's like, and so on. Like there's like a lot of kaijus that are bigger than Godzilla. Like, yeah, he's like one of the biggest, but he's not the biggest. And so throughout the whole entire movie, it's like they're like getting this like fight that they're having at lose my train of thought. I'm trying to do this and fight Batra at the same time. So, anyways, what I was saying, the thing is, like, when they're fighting, you notice, like, Shimu's being controlled by Scar King the whole entire time. You can tell, like, she doesn't want, like, if anything, Shimu's like a benevolent, like, type, the way I see it. She doesn't look like she cares about, like, the conflict that Scar King has. It just doesn't really matter to her. But she's just being forced to be, like, a beast of burden for Scar King. Now, the one thing I will say is that when Scar King started to fight Godzilla a little bit, I noticed it looks like he did not want anything to do with Godzilla. Like, Scar King was able to do some things here and there with Kong, but it was definitely like a one-sided battle when you see Scar King and Godzilla like go up against each other. So it just gave you an idea. It's like Scar King was picking his fights carefully, and then of course that's probably one of the reasons why. Yeah, Shimu in the first place is to try to make the fight a lot much easier for him, because he didn't. Because like him alone fighting Godzilla would definitely be a tough fight for him. So, anyways, so back to the fight. Like what I was talking about the fight is that, so when Scar King's like fighting Godzilla, there was like a part where like Godzilla looked like, there's like a lot of people were saying looks like Godzilla about to do like a final flash. I wasn't sure like what Godzilla was going to do. I was expecting the atomic breath to be like I don't know. Any of you guys ever play like Monster Hunter World? Iceborne whenever you face the Savage Devil Joe and the thing does like a giant dragon nuke breath when he's like blasting the breath on the ground and all of a sudden the thing just starts to explode. That's what I thought was going to happen. Like, I didn't know if they were going to do that, because like I'm still waiting for Godzilla's atomic breath to be like one of the breath like he has in -1. Whenever like the thing makes contact to like any hard surface, it starts to blow up like a nuclear bomb. So I'm still waiting for that, but I don't know. It's up to these guys whenever they make these movies if they want to do it. There we go. My God, this thing was making me lose a lot of my train of thought because I'm trying to survive the whole entire time. Anyways, so what I was saying is that, so throughout the whole entire fight, whenever Godzilla managed to break Scar King's whip, and Tsuko came up and managed to smash that crystal, I still want to know what that crystal was. Cause like, we gotta have some kind of backstory on what the heck that is, or how it managed to control Shimu. But anyways,
We've completed
so
the evacuation of the area likely to be affected.
let's see what else I want to talk about. So after the movie's done, and you know they beat Scar King and everything like that, Kong pummeled him because like they froze him, it gave him like a Sub-Zero kind of fatality.
We let it reach this far inland.
I was hoping there was some end credits, because like, you know, there was like rumors going around that we'd probably see Destroyer or Space Godzilla, which I'm all for to see those two kaijus for future Godzilla movies. But I would love them to have like Anguirus in here in the Monsterverse. I know they have like a skeleton of them, but I mean, it would be pretty nice to see Godzilla with his best friend. I know he has like Mothra, but still, it'd just be nice to see like more Toho kaijus. Because like Toho has like a whole entire pantheon of like all these like unique kaijus that the movie like would be pretty cool to have. Because it would be nice to see like for the next generation to see like, you know, other Toho kaijus that Godzilla like fought with. Like I'd like to see like King Caesar in here. Oh, get Titanosaur in there too as well. I can see like heck, if you want to go like, if he likes to show us stuff, like if Adam Wingard likes to show us stuff a lot, hell, have Gigan in here. I'll be fine like with Gigan coming here, bring in like Monster Zero, Kaiser, Ghidorah, bring in let's see, who else I'm missing? It's like Toho has like a abundant, like have like Orga in here too as well. Like bring in Orga. Like bring in Jet Jaguar too as well. Like because if we're gonna be going with like Showa stuff, like okay, speaking of the devil right there. So like yeah, like bring in this guy too. Like I would love to have Space Godzilla in here, but I don't know like which order you want to do. Do you want to do Space Godzilla first, or do you want to do Destroyer first? But I feel like a lot of people want Destroyer like the most. Why is Space Godzilla 70 meters when I was fighting a freaking 100-meter battle? Like, what the heck? But yeah, that's what I would like for the future of the Monsterverse. But other than that, I say it's a good, fun movie. I don't see like why critics are giving it such a bad review. I feel like critics are out of touch. They don't really understand these movies. These movies are just meant to be, you know, mindless fun. Like, of course, like they even compared Godzilla -1 to this, but it's like, you know, in a kind of way, like -1, it feels like its own thing. You can't really compare it too much to this. Because like, if you want like all serious movie, then yeah, go watch -1. But if you just want to have a fun time, then definitely watch this. Like, so yeah. Other than that, that's my thought for this movie. Other than that, I would say it's a solid movie. I say go check it out. Don't care about like what the critics say about it. I say the audience score is the most fairest thing that I saw. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the movie.